Namo Guru Gada Jugo Ingi Lona.
Jeme Jeki
The Drukpa lineage is one of the oldest unbroken strands of the Buddhist teachings in Tibet, Bhutan and Ladakh. The source of the Drukpa lineage came from the Buddha Vajradhara. He directly granted his blessings to Tilopa Sherab Zangpo in the 10th century. Tilopa then passed down his full realization to his disciple, Lord of the World, Indian Mahasiddha, Naropa. The tradition of transmission was kept unbroken from Naropa to the Tibetan master Marpa Chökyi Lodro.
नेपाल से होकर के फिर उन्होंने ये कयुत्पा का सिस्टम जो है या ऑर्डर जो है तिब्बत में इंट्रोड्यूस किया.
Later, the teaching was passed to the Grand Master Jitsen Melareba, who attained the direct realization of the great union within one lifetime. Gamboba, Dakpo Dawi Jinu, was the next to hold the Drukpa lineage. Then, Phamo Drukpa was in line to uphold the Drukpa master, who was also known as Khamba Doji Gelpo.
उनके कई जो शिष्य होते थे जैसे कि गंपोपा है, मिलारेपा है, फिर उसके बाद जो फगमो ड्रुपा है, तो फगमो ड्रुपा के कई शिष्य होते हैं. तो उन शिष्यों ने अलग अलग एक संप्रदाय के जो स्थापित किए थे, उनमें से एक ड्रुपा करगुत के नाम से भी जाना जाते हैं.
Ninchin Reba, whose renunciation and realization equaled that of the great Indian Mahasiddha Saraha. The lineage acquired the name Drukpa in the 12th century when Avalokiteshvara, the great Lord of Compassion, manifested in the human world as Drogyen Tsampa Jare, the first Gelwang Drukpa. The lineage of this tradition remained strong and flourished even after the great master's passing. On the cremation day, the 21 joints of his backbone turned into 21 mini statues of Avalokiteshvara, most of which are believed to have been preserved inside his tomb in Dralung Monastery, and one of them can still be seen in Punakhazong, preserved as one of the main relics. Over 800 years ago, Drogyen Tsampa Jare Hishe Doji reached Namyepu near Lhasa in search of a site to build a monastery as prophesied by his master Lingchen Reba.
A place to build his headquarters, the temple. He has seen 9 dragons, in the valley, and as soon as the group came there, the dragons they rised in the sky, and then they began to fly in different directions, making the sound.
Taking this as an auspicious sign, Drogyen Tsampa Jare named his lineage as the Drukpa. Thereafter, his lineage and followers came to be known as Drukpas. As prophesied by Drogen Tsampa Jare, his nephew, Onre Dharma Sangay, sent Phajo Drugom Shipo to Bhutan in the 12th century. He established the spiritual and temporal influence of the Drukpa lineage in Bhutan, and later, many Drukpa masters visited Bhutan and blessed the land with the profound and precious Drukpa teachings. In 1616, Shabdrung Ngawang Namgyel came to Bhutan. He unified and renamed the country as Drukyul, the land of the Thunder Dragon. Likewise, Ladakh is also known as the land of Drukpas, the land of magical mystery, where magnificent peaks reach up to the heavens. It lies in the Indian state of Jammu and Kashmir. Ladakh is a land ruled by the forces of goodness, a place of peace, non-violence and spirituality, in spite of the ravages of time and history. Being in a complete rain-shadow region, cut off from the monsoon clouds by the great Himalayas and a host of subsidiary ranges, it is a cold, high-altitude desert area. Ladakh is also known for having one of the highest numbers of Buddhist monasteries in India. Rich traditions of Mahayana Buddhism still flourish in their purest form in this region, which is often referred to as Little Tibet. The first Chöbje Taktsang Rinpoche was one of the few masters who started the Drukpa lineage in Ladakh. King Singye Namgyel of Ladakh had sent a petition to the 5th Gyalwang Drukpa requesting him if he could send Chöbje Taktsang Reba to Ladakh to propagate the Drukpa lineage.
Lhasa had 9 disciples who realized the ultimate level of realization. One of them was actually the first Kamchul also. First Kamchul was Ngawang Temple and Taksang Reba. They were both Dharma friends and also the disciple of Lhasa Ngawang Sampo. And in his life, after he finished his meditations accomplishment, he was told by his teacher, Lhasa Ngawang Sampo, to visit the Urgyen. And then he visited there, and then on the way he passed through Zankar. And that time the Jamyang Namgyel, the king of Ladakh, met him and then asked him to stay in Ladakh and spread the teachings of the Drukpa order. But then he said that as per now, my guru's order is to go to Urgyen, so I cannot stay. So then, but he said, I will come back. And then he went back to Tibet, and then Pasang Wangpo and Lhasewa again told him that your karmic connection is with Ladakh, you must go. So he went back to Ladakh, and that time the Jamyang Namgyel had passed away. So his son Singye Namgyel was very happy to receive the Taksang Repa, and they offered many monasteries, but especially established the Hemis Monastery, which is one of the world famous heritage of the Drukpa lineage. And overall, till now, through Taksang Repa's influence in Ladakh, Karsha, Zankar, there's about 300 small and big monasteries in the region.
Following the instruction of the Gyalwang Drukpa, Taksang Reba arrived in Ladakh in 1624 at the age of 50, and he founded the monastery at Henle. 2 years later, Taksang Reba arrived at Hemis and was received by King Singye Namgyel and the members of the royal court. Over the years, successive reincarnations of Taktsang Reba and his accomplished disciples became guardians of spirituality in Ladakh. Today, His Holiness the 12th Gyalwang Drukpa is working selflessly and relentlessly to spread and uphold the Drukpa lineage in the region. Bhutan and Ladakh share a unique journey of friendship founded on commonalities which date back to the 16th century, when the Shabdrung Ngawang Namgyal and the kings of Ladakh, especially King Singye Namgyal, had good formal relationships.
The relation have strengthened, and by then the fifth king, His Majesty Singye Namgyal, took over as the fifth king of Ladakh, and during his time, of course, many monasteries were established again, in addition to what was established during his father's time. Shabdru Rinpoche was also the reincarnation of King Khenpe Karpo. The relation even strengthened further, and to the extent that we had a lot of account of visiting visits from Ladakh to Bhutan and also from Bhutan to Ladakh.
This is Leh Palace. It was built by King Singye Namgyal in the 17th century. King Singye Namgyal is said to have offered some historical monuments and a few sacred temples in Ladakh to the Shabdrung Rinpoche.
Ladies and gentlemen, His Excellency Lompo Mingyur Dorje.
And temples that associated with Bhutan were Gangre, Darshan, Nimpo, Rijong, Rilaphu, Chutelphu, Gezong, Jakip, Iri, Gempu, Gesar, Somuju, Shihara, Zankar, Jenga, Poche Zong, and many others.
During his reign, he sent a messenger inviting the Shabdrung from Bhutan, requesting the Shabdrung to become his guru. Unfortunately, the Shabdrung was unable to go. Shabdrung Rinpoche then sent a letter marked with the seal of the 16 vowels, which is still seen in the Tagna Monastery. Shabdrung Rinpoche sent Choge Mugzin of Gangri Dorzin to Ladakh as his regent.
Shabdrung's name and fame reached as far as Ladakhi King Singye Namgyal, and Singye Namgyal expressed his wish to invite Shabdrung Ngawang Namgyal to Ladakh as the court priest, and in place of him he sent a representative, one of the masters called Choge Mugzinpa, who probably was from Longcho Tashigang. So he was sent there as his representative, and after Choge Mugzinpa's arrival at the court of royal family of Ladakh, he served as a spiritual master.
Amongst the monasteries offered to the Shabdrung is the Tagna Monastery, which literally translates to tiger's nose. This monastery was built on a hill shaped like a tiger, and the Ladakhis pronounce its name as Tagna Gyomba. Throughout the centuries, Tagna Monastery is popularly known as Drukpa Gyomba, as the Bhutanese monastery to the people of Ladakh.
The main image there is, of course, Shabdrung Rinpoche, Ngawang Namgyal. And there are various nangtens and relics, and everything, the tradition, how they do the ceremonies, to the symbols and the tongjeling, is very much, not only very much, I would say 100% similar with Bhutan. So of course, with the changing times, some tunes here and there might have changed. But not only Tagna, but actually Tagna is the head of the monasteries and the lineage which came from Bhutan. Under it has many branches in the Zankar. Actually, all the Zankars, they follow the tradition of the Tagna. Lineage came from there. And very interestingly, I just found out that someone who's doing research on the Cham, they were doing research on the Lamokcham, which is done in Punakha, and they found out that the Lamokcham that is done in Dzongkha, performed, and in our Punakha is 100% the same. So I think you can say that it came from Bhutan from there.
Tagna is situated above the Indus River. The history of the establishment of the monastery is difficult, as there is no clear date as to when it was built. According to the letter written by Lama Tashi Tenphel, Tagna was built in the 16th century by the Chöje Jamyang Peka in the year 1580.
भूटान से बहुत सारे थांका जो है लद्दाख में भी है। आपने देखा होगा क्या कहते हैं तगना मोनेस्ट्री में भूटान के थांका जो है वो अवेलेबल है और वहाँ पे प्रिजर्व रखा है।
Jomge Ngawa Gyeltshen is one of the most revered figures in the history of Ladakh. The king of Ladakh also invited the Bhutanese master Jomge Ngawa Gyetse to Ladakh. He was popularly known for his miraculous deeds and his predictions. Thus, he also played a pivotal role in spreading the Drukpa lineage in Ladakh. Many Drukpa masters came to Ladakh and helped in the propagation of the Drukpa teachings, which flourished thereafter.
Well, Chamgyun Ngawa Gyeltshen is actually Chamgyun means Maitreya, the fifth Buddha, Chamba, Gesab Chamba Gyumbo. And he is a reincarnation of Gesab Chamba Gyumbo. And Chamgyun Ngawa Gyeltshen actually came into a very renowned family that has a lineage, to two of the great families of practitioners.
Jomge Ngawa Gyeltshen was from Gyen Rimo. He is from the lineage of Terkhungpa, Druptop Terkhungpa, who was the direct disciple of Cheche Tsangpachare. So he lived during the time of the fourth decade.
History unveils that Prince Tenzin of Ladakh was once employed under the Shabdrung Rinpoche. It is believed that he later rose to the post of Wangdi Zongpen. Prince Tenzin Nobu, a younger brother of King Nima Namgyel, was enrolled in the Shung Trachang too. After his monastic life, he was also later appointed as the Paro Penlop. He is said to have obtained the highest rank in the monastic order as he served as the 8th Jekempo, the chief abbot of Bhutan.
The exchange between Ladakh and Bhutan, similar to any society. Any society, I think, which kind of flourishes is mainly because of exchange. Whether it's a commercial exchange or whether it's that's how the society kind of flourishes. So even in spiritual terms also, I think in one way it was Shabdrung Rinpoche who sent Siula, Jomge Ngawa Gyeltshen and established the lineage monasteries. But in a way, Ladakh also sent, I think, the king's son to Bhutan, and I believe he became the Paro Penlop, and then later became the 8th Jekempo, of Bhutan. So in a way, it was very much a kind of a mutual respect and mutual admiration between Ladakh and Bhutan.
Like no other region in the world, the people of Bhutan and Ladakh still share a sacred spiritual bond. Today, more than 40 Bhutanese monks are attending the annual Drukpa Council. During their stay here at Hemis, the Bhutanese monks perform the Tsobum at Tagna Monastery.
Machipa Dulechimigi, the Gilon de Sugebe, now Laganalo, Tilan took good to the Rinzese, Shumetato, do the Tashi General Chabisi Jumi, Digi, Utsidibe, Gilon Sheda, the Sumchul Hasam Chigibe, the Shabrum, Danagi, the Tsugi Holo, the Gonanos, Shuni, the Lema, Otolo, Mongoni Digi, Udingi Tolube, Tsuzi Dibe, the Legum, the Sugi Choco, the Sokoro. Matotobe geshigebe nanos shoni tadi nangomige tetenda so jibdi tanagyomba ngachara shabduru mochi gi korigi ge sap te kanre doze lamde ge tamba tel chatamna telenti shisulo te jamgyong ge se chunje na lo manabju telenti na na den se te mo chawaji kogi dubzi na no imbe tebulu te ngacha fa dugi khagi da te chuik chone beruda telesishone beruda 같이 텔로비로 남스미 디디오이비기 하가사 치지지메 디비올레tin 타랑아치기 te 소교콜로 고공이 좀 신이 좀 스텔리딩 있으니.
Alongside, some monks are busy preparing lunch, which they are preparing exclusively in Bhutanese style.
Sorry, Shimmewa Yari Hisong, so it on the Dizumbe, Midizuki somebody so I'm seeing his song. So, Tong the way, I take enemy Jones.
Although Bhutan and Ladakh are geographically separated with thousands of miles between them, spiritually, Ladakh and Bhutan share a common tradition, the Drukpa Kaju school, a common source of the teachings, Vajradhara, and a common goal, happiness for all sentient beings.
I think it is as important to think of the spirituality as overall rather than in terms of, just a regional kind of thing, So that is why it is our hope that through the exchange of ADCs, that many masters from Ladakh and India and other parts of Himalayas can come to Bhutan, receive teaching from various masters of Bhutan, from His Holiness Chekhyampo to other great masters that we have. And if there's something in Ladakh also that we can offer to Bhutan, that we can help. If we can do that, then I think that the future is very positive.
May this spiritual bond between Bhutan and Ladakh deepen in the years to come as the annual Drukpa Council promotes cooperation and interaction amongst their people.